G'day guys, welcome to a double page layout. This one has a few twists and turns, but this is the layout that I said to you guys, I said it on Facebook that I was doing a heap of die cutting of a heap of letters, and I had heaps of little snippety bits left over. Now I trimmed all those little snippety bits off, and this is what you can see in front of me. And I said I would show you a way to use up these little snippety bits, and so you can continue to use them and not waste them. Because let's be honest, we pay for our waste as much as we pay for everything else. Now this stamp that I'm using, it is eons old. It is literally, I think it was called Cracks in the Ground or something. And that's what I stamped on all of that stuff. Now, I then pulled out, this is a mark making stamp set from Temu, and it's just got a heap of, they're actually quite small stamps, and compared to my darkroom door mini marks stamps from darkroom door, I just said that, they're more substantial and they're red rubber. These are just cheap ones, and they're from Temu. I can't even link them because I don't even have a clue how to do all that. But I saw this squarish looking thing and I thought, well, you know what? That could actually work for me. So I've gone along, I've pulled out my VERSAFINE Clear inks. I'm using, this one is, did I write it down? Of course I didn't. I think it's called Pine Cone. Yes. Lucky I have my glasses on, I can read it all the way up there. Yes, so the brown is Pine Cone and the black is the VERSAFINE ONYX black ink. The reason I use these inks is because I'm going to come in over the top of it with with my Distress watercolor pencils. Now, I haven't used them in a while, and I've been itching to get in and do some coloring or do some sort of, I wanted to do something like that. So I came in with my Distress watercolor pencils. If you haven't seen these, if you don't know about these things are, I love them. They are pure pigment. So that whole pencil, there's no wood, there's no anything. They're slightly larger than a normal pencil, and they sharpen to a beautiful point. But I keep all the sharpenings, I keep them in a little container individually, and you can use them, mix them with pastes, you can mix them with water, you can mix them with paint. The world's your oyster. Honestly, these things are awesome. Now, I'm just going through, you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just putting color to each of these little squares. There's no rhyme or reason. Don't overthink it. Just keep it simple. Keep it simple, September. It's our second last day, I think, of Keep It Simple September. So, and I'm doing a double pager. Wow. Keeping it simple and a double page doesn't normally go together, but I get it to work. Don't worry. So I'm going through with these colors. Now, I used antique linen. Hang on, I'll pull out the colors. Sorry if I make any clunky sounds. It's because I'm reaching over here. Move my dobbers. Ugh. Okay, so the colors I used were antique linen, vintage photo, frayed burlap, walnut stain, and I did use a little bit of hickory smoke on a couple of them. So that being said, I was just putting them, just getting the pigment on there, and I'm coming in with my number 8 round Montmartre paintbrush, just with water, and I'm not adding a lot of water to it. I'm just doing the tiniest bit just to get it to blend together so that it didn't look like it was separate colors, if that makes sense. Some bits have darker patches, some bits have lighter patches. This was not brain surgery. This was honestly super relaxing to do this. And I was working as fast as I could because you don't want to see me make all these little squares and colour them all and all the rest of it. But I did leave the process in just to show you that it's not that difficult. And then I was just, I just sort of went around the edge of the rectangles. I wasn't cutting them in any specific way, or there was no line for me to trace. I was just hacking them out basically. So I pulled out my big scissors because it was twice as quick. Now, I'm speeding it up a little bit here because, this is where, okay, so I was having trouble. I am not a stamper. I'm going to put it out there. Okay, I am not a stamping genius. I am no Jennifer Maguire. I am no Gina K. I'm none of those, okay? I'm no Natasha Foote. I am Karen from Caboolture. And I just don't stamp that well. I was having trouble. Then I remembered, duh, you bought a new stamping platform. So I pulled it out. This one is so much better. I got this one from Lincraft, and the top actually comes all the way off. It magnetizes on, and it came with magnets. So much, game changer. So much better. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a stamper. My little domey thing that I have there, I got that from, I used to go on Scrapbook with some ladies, and one of the ladies there made it, and with her 3D printer, and I absolutely loved it. I said, I've got to have myself one of them because maybe that'll help me with my stamping. Honestly, I think I need to spend more time stamping to practice it. I think that's what I need to do. But anyway, this stamping platform is fantastic. I love it. It has definitely helped. And it's just the Maker brand. And the whole thing goes up and down, the entire platform, which my other We Are one, it didn't do that. So now I've got my little flowers, and you can see I've got, the reason I'm doing a double page spread is this particular day was Father's Day this year in 2023, and we went to Rocksberg, and we went walking up the creek both sides, and the girls were trying to sort of figure out, it was just a really wholesome, really nice day. There was dragonflies everywhere, which of course made me just so happy. And yeah, there was a few flowers here and there, and there was, reeds and stuff. Yeah, of course, you gotta be careful of snakes. Yeah, blah, 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 snakes. But, walking up, the creek had I'm pretty sure it's a creek, Rocksberg. If you're from around here, Julie, let me know. Is it Rocksberg Creek? I don't know. Anyway, it looks like a creek to me, so I call it a creek. And, yeah, it was a really, really nice day. It was beautiful weather. It was absolutely gorgeous. And the girls had a blast. And Darren was like, oh man, one of you guys are going in the drink shortly. Like, it's going to happen. They were jumping across. Taylor and I were sort of lagging back a bit. Taylor was taking photos of, I think there was a lizard there at one point. And she was taking photos of the lizards, and she was doing all that. And the younger ones were jumping across rocks and chasing their father, and it was quite hilarious. So I'm coming in with my Distress watercolor pencils, and I am actually using them for the very first time just as a coloring pencil. Mind blown. Boom. Can you believe that? I actually used them as a pencil, and they were so easy to color in with. I'm actually thinking about doing a really nice colouring in with them because they just laid down like butter. They were so good. And yes, of course, they're water. You mix them with water, you can blend them. They can turn into like a watercolour paint. Oh, it's so good. Now, I went around and just roughly fussy cut these because it's just about time to get all the page to all come together and flow together. And then it will all make sense. So, sorry, I need a mouthful of my coffee. I've been waffling. So, give me a sec. Okay. believe it or not, this is going to be actually quite funny when you get to Saturday and or Monday's video. I've had the 1 cup of coffee for like 4 days worth of videos. That's going to be funny. 5-6 days worth of videos. That's funny if you're, quirky like me. I'm doing all the voiceovers on one day with 1 cup of coffee. Ha ha ha. Anyway, stop being silly. You'd probably think I don't need any more coffee, right? Now, this is where it all starts to come together. And then I was about to put it all together and realised I haven't done my title yet. So I had the title cut out, but I haven't actually coloured it. Now, I used Evergreen Bow, Distress Oxide ink pad, and that's Evergreen Bow, and this one is Gathered Twigs. Gathered Twigs. And they came together beautifully. Not a problem. Now I've just got to glue it onto my offset, and this is super quick. Don't stress. The end result, it all comes together in like 3 seconds. Well, 3 seconds, that's exaggerating, but anyway. So in October, I'm going to be doing Oh Wow, It's October. That is what you will hear me say a lot in October. I can't believe September's nearly gone. Keep It Simple September was a great mindset for me to not necessarily change up thumbnails and be all, crazy about it, but I will definitely do it again next year. And I might even put it out there for other people to do it if they want to do Keep It Simple September. But oh wow, it's October, as in, oh wow, we've got 2 months and it's Christmas. That's what I'm thinking when I cannot believe it's October. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. So I'm pulling my page together now. Okay, I don't know what happened to the camera then, but it's okay. Now, I did all that, put them all down, and then I went, I still haven't done my spray. Sorry about this. 1 second. Okay. Spray. That is Vintage Photo, and I'm just spreading it a little. I want it to look patchy and splatty. Does that make sense? So I just did that because I'm going to be covering it. The thing you've got to always remember with mixed media is you always cover bits of it up. So it's not, don't stress if your edges aren't perfect. You're probably going to put some ephemera over it, or you're probably going to put a photo corner over it or something like that. So can you see how the photos are coming along and they're literally hiding bits and pieces? So don't stress about that stuff. It's all good. Now, Father's Day at Rocksberg, get these titles down, and then you will see how it all starts coming together. Now remember, these stamps are just mark making stamps. I've made them into almost like pavers. So they look like, when they're all put down, it looks like pavers. Out at Rocksberg, there's they've got concrete easements, or they're not, they go across, what are they called? It's not a cattle grid. It's where the river goes through, and it's just along the road, and there's like concrete bits, and you can see where they've used rocks and they've built them up around the edges and concreted them so that it doesn't wash away. And that's where my thought process was going with these things. So let me know if you think it kind of looks like rocky pavers. That's what, look, if I sit back and squint my eyes a bit, that's what it looks like to me. So humour me guys. Let me know. Do you think it works, or do you think I was a bit of a miss on this one? Still, it's simple. It's a double page layout. I think I've got, what have I got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4. That's a lot of photos. Just saying. I liked it. Like I said, this bit's coming together really, really quickly. they're little processes, and then when you bring it all together at the end, I actually thought I was running out of little blocks at this point, but I didn't realize there was still a heap sitting next to me. So I always over make my quantity of whatever I'm making. See, look, I still had heaps of them. I always try and make too many, because that way I've got the ability to reject one if it's not quite the right color or that sort of izzo. Now, I'm in the process here of, I'm just debating whether do I add some more, or how do I do this? Do I want to add more of them? Originally, I was going to have that go all the way through and under the title, but I put it together slightly differently. So I didn't put it that way. It's all right. We live and we learn. Then I'm just putting my flowers down at the bottom. I have to cut my page in half. I'm trying not to go right through to my plastic cover, because I've only just put this cover on, and I like to try and keep it at least a week before I slice into it. So, and you know I do it. I really do. So I'm going around with the ECOLINE pen again, because you know what? I really liked it on the last layout, and I wanted to sort of make these flowers look like they're separate to the footpath. I wanted to give them their own little space. So I think it works. These little flowers, again, it's just a cheap stamp. That one was from, that was a Temu stamp as well, actually. And it worked, it stamped, it was fine. Look, I'm the problem with the stamping, not the stamps. Yeah, so I'm just about there, guys. Now I'm raising up the flowers. So I've glued them at the base, but I'm just raising them so just to give a little bit of depth. A lot of these photos a lot of these layouts this week, I've tried to keep reasonably flat so that, you know, minimize the bulk. And now I'm coming in with my little dragonflies. I did get this stamp set from Temu, and there's heaps of dragonflies on it, and they're all different ones. You can't really see them there because they're sitting on top of a photo, but there's all different dragonflies, and I absolutely love them all. Now, I put some black ones down, and then obviously, because you've kind of got to, they do come with these little trails. Can you see the little trails? But I wasn't a fan. I sort of did it and then went, nah, I'll just do it with my pen. So I've done some of them straight, some of them curly. I love my little dragonflies. And then I end up coming in and putting some jewels on my dragonflies. Not those ones. They're like bigger than the dragonfly. I do come in with some liquid pearls onto my flowers just to give them a little bit of shimmer and shine. It's a Father's Day layout, so I wanted to sort of keep it very country and very more masculine. But yeah, the flowers needed a little bit of something. So I just came through and just gave them a little bit of shimmer, and I think it really works. It looks really pretty. So I'm good with that. Totally works. And then I come in with some diamantes for the dragonflies. So this is my awkward time where I do my shameless plug. I am trying my best to hit 2,000 subscribers by Christmas. And if I do, I will be having a huge giveaway, and everything that I will give. Okay. Give me some more time to think about the wording of this, but there will be a giveaway in December if we can get to 2,000. Otherwise, it'll have to lag over until 2024. But I am absolutely wrapped. To say that I'm excited about where this channel has gone in the last 18 months blows my mind. Absolutely love each and every one of you, and all your comments. I love it. It just keeps me going. I love it so much. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that I get to do this hobby that I absolutely love, and I get to do it on a full-time basis and bring you guys inspiration and creativity. I just love it. So here are all my up closes and zoomed right in, and you can see all the imperfections everywhere. And thank you so much for watching. I will be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks for that, guys. Chat to you soon. Bye for now.